So there's a soup run, there's work with prostitutes, there's a drop-in centre for addicts, there's discipleship groups for the homeless and addicts. There's a Sunday service now. It started as a community and it now has 50, 60, 70 people that we now run it as a service alongside our main service called Streetwise, which again is just for anybody in terms of the kind of poor and marginalised. And it's amazing. So it's short, snappy, it's sharp, there's food, and it links to the work that goes on the streets and the discipleship groups in the week, and it's their celebration where they feel loved, accepted. There's so much. There's young adults who are working out what it means. We've got a community that is working with graduates, so people young guys who've been students and then are making that jump. It's the first job, it's the first paycheck, it's the first working week beyond I do 10 hours, and students, I apologise, but it's great. You don't know how much time you have, trust me. So we've got these guys who are saying we want to help guys really to make that transition into first job, first pay packet. What does it mean to steward your money when you have money? What does it mean to walk with Jesus when you don't have chunks of time that you can actually spend away? What does it mean? So and their passion is discipleship. So one is a pastor, one's a teacher. It's very much a discipleship group, but they're still looking at how can they serve, how can they use their money to serve, how can they use their time to serve the poor, the lost, the last, the least. So there's so much going on, and I'll keep throwing different stories out there, but it's not the vehicles, it's not the model, it's the passion and the heart of the people that you have in your church. So really ask that question, what am I passionate about? Where's my place of influence? Where's my place of opportunity? Where do I see a need? Where do I feel a discontent that something should change? And how can you be the change that you desire? How can you step out into the vision, the purpose, the lifestyle that God's placed on your heart? And as you do that, others will follow, others will come. It will create a positive momentum, it will create a movement, it will see the kingdom come, and people want to be part of an adventure, called to take up arms, called to make a difference. And we've seen it across the city with the rich and with the poor, with the unemployed, with the people in the workplace, with young adults. We've seen it with teenage mums, we've seen it with kids. There is so much going on. We reach as a church over 1,000 0 to 18s every week, and so many of those projects are linked to neighbourhood communities that then work with the parents, the older brothers, the younger sisters, all of that stuff. There is just so much going on, and the beauty is it's at God's initiative, and it's at the initiative of the people of the church, not at the initiative of the leadership. We as leaders need to create an environment where people are ready to step out in faith, take that chance, are supported and encouraged to do that, and then stand alongside those guys, train, equip, resource them, and challenge and pray for them that they would go out. And my hope is, as we continue this journey of what could be, what's growing in you is that those desires that have been laid dormant for a while, the realization and revelation of that place of opportunity, that place of grace, that heart's desire, that call, and knowing that you've been given every spiritual blessing that you can see the kingdom come in those places. We've used, as we've trained our leaders and worked with them, just to kind of broaden horizons, we've used some of the Fresh Expressions DVDs, so we're just going to give you a chance to watch 2 or 3 of those clips, again just to continue to broaden the spectrum of what is possible. Great, so I hope you enjoyed those clips. So putting our key points up here, freedom is one that I really hope you've heard. Not one size fits all, but your heart, passion and call. Not a vehicle, but a principle, a heart's desire, taking it from that. In terms of the freedom stuff, linked into that, we would also talk about balance and structure. So just as there's lots of freedom in terms of the different mission focus and activities, there's also freedom and diversity in terms of the structure of how communities meet. How
just say it again.
I'm never going to remember what I said those things. That's the problem. Okay. So I hope you really enjoyed those DVD clips and are beginning to pick up the message. So I've written freedom up here in terms of our key headings. I hope you're getting that message. It's not about a vehicle or a structure. It's a heart a passion, a desire, and taking principles and values and living them out. In terms of freedom, there's a massive diversity in our mission focus and activity that goes on, but also I've put up structure as well, because there's also diversity and freedom in terms of structure, the rhythm of how often, where, when groups meet. So Lindsay gave a little example of this is how we did it, but it's really looking at the key point is balance, based around the triangle. So what we would have is each of the leaders, we would say, what are your up, in, out dimensions? If you know that, that's the first point. And generally what we found is in most groups the up and the in are great, and the out is sometimes potentially a little bit lacking, or it needs a little bit more thought or intentionality about it. The way that we've talked this through, we've talked about addressing the point of weakness from the 2 points of strength. So if you've got up, in and out, if you think, oh, actually we're not as missional as we could be, what's our out, how do we do it? I would encourage you to address it and approach it from those 2 points of strength. So it may be that you begin by having a passions audit. So just sit down and think, okay, write down what's my heart's desire, what would I love to live in 5 years' time, what would I like my life to look like, what would I like to see changed, what am I passionate about, and just begin as in together as a group. You could also do an opportunities audit, so writing down where are my places of influence, where are my people of peace, who are they, where do I have opportunities, and again, do it as individuals together, pray about it, and then think about how we action it and move intentionally towards making a difference. Pray as a group, just together, gather together, eat, and then just wait on the Lord. What's the Lord saying to us? Where are we called to serve, to step out, to make a difference? So the structure, again, it's not you should meet like this, like this, like this. It's adapted around, this is my heart and passion, this is the 3 dimensions of our group, and then you look at structure. And you have